Hello, you Fanta addled Misterons. It's me, Carrie Quinlan, Regis Professor of Stuff from the University of Here. As you know, normally on Ask the niNcoMpOOpS, we talk to small children, answer their questions, make them wise. But we can't do that at the moment, so we are doing homeschooling, because homeschooling is the way forward, and it's taken over the country, and it's awesome. So that's what we're going to do. And what we're doing homeschooling with is St Dictionary's Book of Words. Many of you will have this in your home school. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a word at random and we're going to explain to you everything you need to know about that word. So here we are, at random. Hoarfrost. Hoarfrost. Now, hoarfrost, as you know, is the frost that you see on the ground of a morning, making all the grass go white and lovely. It's sort of a cross between snow and sherbet, essentially, is what hoarfrost does. So on a cold night, back in the Middle Ages, what happened was this. It was a cold night, and it was back in the Middle Ages. Did I mention it was cold? Good, I'm glad. It was a cold night, Middle Ages, and on every cold night in the Middle Ages, everybody was freezing because they didn't have radiators. And they'd sit there going, will someone, please, anyone, just invent a radiator? Can you hurry up? Hurry up and invent a radiator, Dave, they'd say. Or hurry up and invent a radiator, Sharon, they'd say. Or hurry up and invent a radiator, Naomi, they'd say. Or hurry up and invent a radiator, Winston, they'd say. Or you get the idea. They go through all the names, wanting someone to invent a radiator. Never once did it occur to anyone to invent a radiator themselves. Lazy, middle-aged people. Give your parents a hard stare now in case they're lazy, middle-aged people. There you go. Good. Well done. Now, what has this got to do with hoarfrost? You're shouting at your screen right now, having given your middle-aged parents a hard stare. Well, it's this. Without radiators, you didn't have anything to paint white. So there was nothing to paint white if you didn't have a radiator. What were you going to paint white? The walls? That'd be ridiculous. That's insane. So there was this excess of white paint, and people looked around, almost like they were looking for someone to invent a radiator, but this time they weren't. They were looking around for something to paint white, and what did they see outside but grass? They saw grass, they saw trees, they saw hedges. I'm looking at a hedge right now. It needs a cut. That's my job. All these things, all this greenery outside, and to be honest, they felt it's too cold for there to be this much green. Some of that needs to change. We've got all this white paint, so why don't we paint the grass white? And that was it's a wonderful thing, hoarfrost, right? Because it's one of the few things ever created that was a community invention, because it was everyone all at once looking at too much greenery, thinking I've got all this white paint, and they got together and they painted the grass white. And that's a beautiful thing. Community is a wonderful thing, and hoarfrost is proof of that. So that, my friends, is hoarfrost. Hoarfrost from St Dictionary's Book of Words. There, that's what that is all about. If you haven't listened to the Ask the niNcoMpOOpS podcast yet, what's the matter with you? There's a link to it there. And sorry to those of you who've seen earlier videos who are missing my cat. He's asleep. As should you be. God, what time do you call this? Goodness me. Tomorrow, Mr. Andrew Stanton Esquire will be here telling you more about one of the words off of that book thing we've been talking about, and we'll see you then. Farewell. Whatever that means!